There is now an inclusive, open, and equal structure of security and cooperation, and the United States and their allies and the NATO alliance are now trying to take control over that space. They have a strategy concept that is promoting formats that are not open to everyone and that actually compete with the inclusive structures that have been created around ASEAN. And that means that the region should be militarized in order to contain China and Russian interests in the Asia Pacific. And everybody understands that. And one of the manifestations of this policy is the AUKUS military bloc with the United States, Australia, and Britain, who are now trying to drag New Zealand, Canada, and Japan into that. And they are promoting closed initiatives to organize monitoring of naval activities. And all those are openly geared towards a Western confrontation actions in the South China Sea. And we see that it is necessary to maintain the formats that have been created around ASEAN and promote the respect for the role ASEAN is playing in the regional processes. But the West has its own plans, and we heard that today clearly. They are admitting the role of ASEAN only nominally, while promoting their own instruments. NATO is not saying that it's a defensive alliance anymore. It used to be a defensive alliance during the times of the Warsaw Pact and the Soviet Union. There is no Soviet Union anymore, so it's not clear what that defense is aimed at. They have moved towards our borders several times, and now they have declared on the Madrid summit this year that they have taken up global responsibility and that Euro-Atlantic and the Indo-Pacific security are indivisible, and they're moving their line of defense to the South China Sea. And it's obvious that there's a trend to militarize the region by joining the efforts of US allies in New Zealand, Japan, and the region as a whole to increase NATO presence. We have said that openly, and the Chinese premier also has a similar assessment, but we see that this is not likely to bring the United States and its allies to consider the interests of the majority of countries in the region.